Before we get into it, let me just say, if you were wondering why I'm not doing any reaction videos on the new season of The Voice, the answer is I am, but YouTube algorithms keep blocking them, so you can watch them for free on my Patreon page. Check out the link in the description. What's up, guys? Johan Besser here from Charisma Performing Arts, Johannesburg, South Africa. Welcome back to the channel. If you are returning and if it's your first visit, thank you so much for clicking. Where we are going to take a look at 16-year-old Paige Anne on American Idol. So I'm currently obviously doing some analysis of Idol auditions. I love doing it for these kinds of shows. We discover so much. We discover so many new artists that we never would have known, which is one of the beautiful things about these kinds of competitions. And it gives me and you a lot to talk about in terms of vocal stuff, like that was good, that was not good, why was it good or not good? What is it technically? What is it about a person? What is it about authenticity? What is it about artistic choices? Choice of song, choice of key, all that kind of thing. So yeah, let's see what she did. She comes in, I checked it out this morning quickly, this video. She comes in with snow cones. Very interesting. And then I was like, oh man, is this going to be gimmicky? Because sometimes it can just be too much, but let's see.
Oh, here we go. Uh-oh.
Hello.
What do we have?
What did we do?
Snow cones.
Whoa.
So,
Okay.
sadly, I couldn't bring a shaved ice machine on the plane, but I was able to bring a crushing thing that gives you the same flavor, though. Yeah, so this is my signature flavor called the Sour Patch Kid. It has blue raspberry, watermelon with sour spray.
Sour spray?
So if you're ever able to go to tropical snow in Idaho Falls, Idaho, I highly recommend. It's really good.
Wait, who are you?
Hi, my name is Paige Anne. I'm 16 years old, and I'm from Idaho Falls, Idaho.
Wow. I just had a brain freeze.
Oh, I'm
you all right?
sorry. I don't wish that upon anybody.
Oh. What are you gonna sing today?
I'm gonna be singing What About Us by Pink.
Perfect. Let's do it. I don't know if you can put Sour Patch Kids in a snow cone.
Search a lights we can see in the dark. Your rockets pointed up at the stars. We are millions of beautiful hearts. Man, you sold us down the river too far. What about us? What about all times you said you had the answers? What about us? What about all the broken happy ever afters? What about us? What about all the plans that ended in disaster? This audition means literally the world to me. Ever since I was 6 years old, I was sitting on the couch watching American Idol and being like, I want to be like them. I want to do that.
Paige Anne,
Oh my
hey!
Hi.
It's so nice to meet you.
It's so nice to meet you. I have been a huge David Archuleta fan since I was really little. I actually still have a poster of him in my room. When I was about 10 to 11, he came to my hometown a lot for his concerts. How do you walk in there and not like have your knees shaking? I kind of am nervous because I don't know any other 16-year-old girl from Idaho that's been able to like come to American Idol.
I feel like you just say, I'm nervous, but I'm still just gonna give it one moment to just burst and let it all out of your system. Just let it be a moment for you.
What about us? What about all times you said you had the answers? What about us? What about all the plans that ended in disaster? What about love? What about trust? What about us?
Yes.
That's cool. Sort of funny being interrupted by the clip of her chatting to David Archuleta. Yeah, so big voice, beautiful color in the voice. She definitely knows how to use her voice. That's my opinion based on this performance. She chose a good key. We were children, or whatever the words are. Yeah, so low G, handled it well. It was under her control. And then she could go to that B, really full voice, which can be a tricky place for a female vocalist. She did that well, and then she went, what about us, to the D. So full, so connected, so resonant, no tension, beautiful sound. Again, the same action from the low G to the D, to the higher D. That's the sign of good technique. She has really good technique. The only thing I would say is, well, two things. First thing is she slightly overstyled it for me. And I'm sure that her reason was trying to make it her own, which is commendable. Because if you're going to sing a big, well-known song, which most of the people do, then how are you going to make it your own? You have to modify the melody a little bit. You have to have some quick changing dynamics, right? So she would sing one line with a little crescendo in it and then come down straight away, whereas it felt like it was going to keep building. But she's choosing to do lots of different things with her voice to show off her capability, which is exactly what you must do in an audition, and she did that well. But it was just maybe too many stylistic changes for me, but it's not a major criticism. And the other thing is, I didn't find her so connected to the song. It was like she was definitely going about her performance intelligently so that she can show off all the things that she can do with her voice, which she did well. Her range, the power, the subtlety that she can also bring in the gentler parts. But she was thinking a lot. I could see in her eyes, she was like, my process, my plan, let me execute my plan. So it just wasn't as connected for me to the lyric. But then again, she's only 16. I had some person comment twice, the same person, on two different analyses where I said somebody's young. And they said, who cares that they're young? They sang badly or whatever. I thought that was a bit harsh. You're entitled to your opinion, of course, and I welcome anybody's opinion. But the fact is, if you are 16 or 17 or something like many of these contestants are, then of course you can't have a lot of experience. If you are 51 like me and you've been on stages hundreds and hundreds of times, you have so much to draw on in terms of how did it feel? Excuse me. How did I manage? How did I deal with the circumstance, with the pressure, with sound issues, with whatever? And even if you've been singing all your life at 16, it's still not that many years. So knowing yourself as a person, I mean, at 16, you're just really starting to become a grown-up, right, an adult, and starting to find out really what your likes and dislikes are, what you really feel strongly about in life, what you dislike, etc. And finding yourself as a singer, oh my gosh, that is a journey that, for me, is ongoing. It wasn't until my 40s that I really knew what I was. I could do this and that maybe, vocally and on stages, but to find out who I was and what my lane was that I needed to run in took me 2 decades. So she doesn't seem to be so sure of herself in that respect, but that's not a criticism because she is 16, and that to me is significant. Her age is significant. But vocally, whoa, really, really strong. So I think her journey will be settling down and being just comfortable with herself. And connecting to the song in a way that will make an audience feel connected.
Very good. Very good.
That end stuff, That was the Sour Patch. That was the finishing touch, which made it you. The beginning, it was just ice, not a whole lot of flavor. So it was a real flip. It was a real like, she's not ready. And then at the end, it was like, oh, okay, she may be able to compete. As of today, we're not sending 50-50s through.
No.
I agree with Katie. You showed up at the second half of this thing gangbusters. And also, I think your nerves calmed down a little bit.
It's just
course.
getting in the space.
I totally get it. That's exactly what it sounded like. I was praying for that one note and you hit it. And that was when I said, show business.
I hope we vote the right way.
Yeah, I don't know what to do with you quite yet. I mean, I think you're young. Everything about you says you're young. Your decisions are young, but you're talented. Let's vote.
Good.
Yeah.
I'll go first.
I would gamble with you. It's a yes for me.
You need to be motivated and grow in light speed. People only get one moment sometimes. I don't think you're yet ready. It's a no for me for American Idol. Luke?
Hey, girl.
Who will we decide?
Nice. Okay, so I agreed with what they said, mostly. And especially I think Luke said it well. You're young and everything about you says you're young. Your decisions are young, or your choices, which is true. But if I was a judge, I also would have put her through. I think she deserves to go through because there's a real gift there. There's a desire there. She just needs to settle down with herself and just connect with the songs. Yeah, but beautiful job, Paige Anne. If you know any of the singers that I do analysis on, please comment and tell me about them. I love to hear more about some of these people. I have had comments like that. Oh my gosh, Wei Ani, if you're a follower of the show, you'll know who she is. Her dad commented on her account on my analysis of her video, and I so appreciated that because he was able to shed light on stuff that I couldn't have known. So I really appreciate that. So thanks for hitting the like button, commenting, subscribing if you haven't. I really appreciate it. And until we speak again, please take care of yourself. Before you go, let me just take an opportunity to remind you of my Patreon page, Charisma Performing Arts Patreon page. That's for people like you who are really serious about developing your voice, enhancing your ability to communicate more effectively using your voice, whether it's for speaking or singing. Patreon, check it out. The link is in the description.